Howdy, it's Matt, and today is a maiden-ish day for the Magnum Reloaded. Now, you may be wondering, Matt, why are you saying a maiden-ish day for the Magnum Reloaded? And the simple answer is that I've already flown it at home, and it did alright. Now, this Magnum Reloaded is only set up for 2S, so we've got a 2S 1000 mAh pack in there, which lasts about 2 months. We've got a 980 kV motor with a 9x45 or 10x45 prop on the front. Tower Pro servos all the way round. It was a very, very simple build, to say the least. Yeah, there was one or two lot of minor niggles with it, but it was a very, very simple build. And there's the underside. You can see I've got the little receiver just down there if the antenna stays on. By the way, don't get the V8 R4s. The antennas are crap on them. Make sure you always strengthen the antenna. 20 amp ESC. Pair of servos down there in the wings. Now what I have done is impregnate or put a thin skin of E6000 glue over the top of the EPP, especially around the nose area, because that's always like an area which is going to break on an unscheduled landing, and this landing gear is just there to make it look pretty, to be honest. And I've already broke it on one landing, but today is slightly different. Because I've put a bit of lead on the back. What I noticed, I don't see how much up is in there, but what I noticed, that the glide was absolutely terrible on it. So hopefully today it's going to fly a lot better. Also, we're at the flying site, which is absolutely covered in poo. It's poo everywhere here, so I need to be on my A game for the landings, otherwise that one's going to get covered in brown stuff. So yeah, we're out at the flying field, so I can be a little bit more adventurous than maybe what I can be at home. But with that said, I'm going to pop you on the cap, and I hope I get the angle right, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah, like I said, maiden-ish for the for the Magnum Reloaded, and yeah, it does fly alright. It's the bit of dihedral on the on the wingtips really does help to stabilise the wing. Anyway, let's get you sat up there. I think that's going to be a good angle. Let's plug her in, and I've had to put a bit of weight on the back because I've had slight CG issues, as in I've cut the battery bay too far forwards. And there we go. So quite a bit of movement in there. It's going to be nice to get some rudder action in there today.
Engines armed.
And it's only 2S, so it's never going to be the fastest of models, to say the least. But on a day like today, where there is absolutely no wind, and let's just pause for a moment to admire. Oh, that's beautiful out here this morning. Anyway, let's fly some foam. So that is full knacker. So it's climbing. So I'm getting the trim out of it now. This is what I couldn't do at home because of the amount of space we've got. That's better. Oh, see, that's full knacker, and I've calibrated that ESC, so maybe I need a bigger prop on it. I think I need to put a bit of left trim in there. What? And again, I know I'm flying a little bit far away and everything, but I'm here trying to get it trimmed in so I can do some cool stuff. But look at that. Bit of rudder in there then. Let's bring it in for a nice little slow pass. Look at that. Talk about slow flying. What's his, I'll put a link to Martin. I'm not even going to muller his surname. But he flies these things all the time. And they're so slow. Look how graceful that's been. Now, just for the record, it is a perfect flying day. There's hardly a breath of wind out there today. And she is doing great. Bit of a climb under full throttle, which is hardly noticeable because there isn't much, what should we call it? Thrust, should I say, in this motor. So I tell you what, I'm going to go and get a load of height on, slowly climb up, and then we can have a muck around, and then I know that I've got plenty of height to muck around with, because I don't really want to go around catching up in that poo down there, because that poo is minging. So that was my first roll. That's my third roll now. Let's try it inverted. So, turn her over. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Hello. You nice to fly inverted. So, I am just putting a bit of down in there, but nothing untowards, and still very, very responsive. That's nice. Inverted was nice, I'll give you that. And it's still climbing a bit, I think.
Trim center.
Just put a bit more down trim in it. Very nice. And again, I know I'm flying away. It's going to be a dot on your screen and everything. There we go. That's full knacker. Go careful, mind. Might fly away on us. Right. Let's get some more inverted. Right, that's better. There we go. Very, very easy to see in the sky because of the colour scheme. Very, very easy. The tail's nice and obvious as well. Turn it back over again. I don't even want to dare try and doing a stall turn with it, because at this height I think it really would stall. And then end up in the poo. Whee! So it's the Magnum Reloaded. What do I know about this model? It's from a German company called Miniprop. And again, just for absolute clarity, I bought this one out of my own money from my own abuses, none of that freebie shit. Yeah, I bought it because I've seen other people fly them. Maybe a little bit more left trim in that then. I've seen other people fly them, and they've been very, very happy with them. And I know this channel's called Rag the Nuts Off, and we do like to fly fast quite often. But on a serious point, I do also... Oh, birdie, 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 birdie! Oh, no, birdie is quite safe. So the Miniprop Magnum Reloaded is bird friendly, because there's no chance I'm catching up with that bird. Oh, more birdies, more birdies! Brilliant. And anyway, while the Magnum Reloaded is there trying to chase birdies, let me just check the glide out a second. Look, that's way better than it was at home. It was awful. Anyway, Miniprop is the company. It cost me, I'm going to say 40 quid. Build skills required were 4. Very, very simple build. Very simple build. That's in fail safe then. It was doing that. Anyway, crap receiver. Yeah, very, very simple build. Maybe 4. Oh, look, look. Like I said, I got a receiver issue. My antenna's up straight as well, which is a bit frustrating. It's those V8 receivers. Did I not tell you that they were crap right at the beginning? And you go careful of them. Anyway, my point being is that it was a very, very simple build. I just used E6000 glue. Now, it does say for you to use hot glue. And hot glue would definitely work. Definitely work. But that is absolutely beautiful. Oh, mind the tree of doom. It's going exactly where I want it. Now let's try some rudder turns now. Put a bit of rudder in. Oh. Oh.
Engine off.
That's what happens when you put rudder in. Oh, poo. Poo, 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 poo. Not the model. Just poo down here. So this is Matt in the field of poo, walking through poo, and yeah, I just kind of stalled it. I'm not going to take it out of the model. It's just a stupid receiver which I've got in it. It's one of the crap ones. The antenna wasn't that great anyway, and I bet I've just broken that prop. Yeah, there we go. Those slow fly props are utter crap. Utter crap. There you go. But the model itself, most enjoyable to fly. To be honest, could do with a bit more thrust. And I'm not saying that because I like flying fast or anything. It's just at the moment, it's underpowered. So if I did get myself into trouble, it would be very tricky to get myself back out of trouble. But the little mini prop, yeah, very simple build. Those of you which may be a little bit adventurous with a bit of foam board, easily make something like this. It's all just been CNC'd, it's all straightforwards, and if you look at it, there's nothing hard in this build at all. Oh yeah, one thing which I didn't like very much were their control horns. Let me just put this down a sec. Power it down. Slip the stupid prop over there. Yeah, one thing which I didn't like is that I'm not really a fan of their control horns. That said, they did work very, very well in the aileron surfaces, but I would have definitely not used them for the elevator or for the rudder, so I've used my own for that. The little clevises were alright. I made up my own little push rods for it. The servo wires for these two servos go down in the middle, literally just down in a split on my head. So they go down in the middle of there, and they actually come out in a hole just down there on the side. And I've been able to keep all the wiring down here on the side. Perhaps what I should really do is mount that receiver round here on the side, so when my transmitter is going the same way, the wavelength's going the right way, or whatever. But that's well, it really is a mini prop now. That is the Magnum Reloaded. Basic summary: needs a bit more power. Okay, flew absolutely brilliantly, and again I'm going to let it off for going in the ground. Oh look, see what I mean about giving it a coat, and these little legs were crap. And oh look, both of them are gone now. So yeah, I won't be flying that one anymore today, but I did like it, and it will be hanging around. I will maybe put a bit of carbon or a strip of carbon or something in either side there to stiffen up those legs, and probably change that motor as well. It will be something maybe a little bit more pokier than 980 kV, because I am only running it on 2S, so that's not very fast. So anyway, let's get our hat off. From myself, Matt, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this episode. If you have any questions at all about the Magnum Reloaded, please just ask in the comments section underneath this video. Remember, I did buy this one out of my own money, because I frankly thought it was cool, and I think it is pretty cool, but it is a work in progress, and this one definitely needs one or two little tweaks. So if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button underneath this video, and perhaps the next video is going to be another Magnum Reloaded video. So, for myself, Matt, and the Magnum Reloaded, cheerios!